hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. I know it's kind of weird wearing like a baseball cap indoors in winter, but my hair is just looking terrible, so yeah, this is me. This is maybe a short one. We shall see how this goes, but I thought I would go through my 25 of 2025 books to see if I read them or not. Yeah, let's do that. In 2023 I read 4 of the 23. In 2024 I read 8 of the 24. This year I didn't set down any goals, to be honest, for 2025, but I kind of hoped that I would at least +4 each season or cohort of books, so to get it to at least 12, and let's see if we have done so. The first off, like, there's literally no rhyme or reason to these stacks. It's just kind of how I pulled it down from the like cubby where I keep them, and we shall go through. The first one I picked up is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. Haven't read it. This was on last year's and I believe 23's list as well. Don't know why. I honestly don't know why, because it's quite small. It's a paperback. Like, I should just pick it up to like read on buses and stuff. Why not? I do not know, but I still badly want to read this book. Then we have Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. I did not read this either. Yeah, I just haven't really been in much of a mythological mood this year, to be honest. I do still badly want to read this book. Also, whenever I do sort of have the inkling to read it this year, I've wanted to read it whilst listening to the audiobook as well, but it's never been like available, or it's been like a few weeks or so until it will become available. So I'm like, should I just like place it on hold? But then my mood may change, or I never did it. But yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed about not picking this up, or maybe any mythological books this year. I'm not 100% sure if I did actually read any. I can't even remember too much, but no, sadly. Then one that I'm actually really annoyed about, because this was on both cohorts as well, You Exist Too Much by Zaina Arafat. Why? Honestly, why? This sounds so interesting and I want to read this story, so but yeah, I did not read that. Then some ones that we actually have. Her Body and Other Parties by Cameron Maria Machado. It's a collection of short stories. I did enjoy this book quite a lot. I can't fully remember all my star ratings. I think I gave this around a 4 stars. I put this on here because I adored In a Dream House by her, which I read in 2024. It wasn't as good, but I would still recommend it, as I did still enjoy it. And yeah, I have one that I read, thankfully. Also, I'm not going to be telling you too much about like my thoughts and stuff, or the plot of any of the books, because some will be in my like book awards and best and worst books of the year, so yeah, wait till then. The next book which I put on the list is The Woman Destroyed by Simone de Beauvoir. This is translated from French by Patrick O'Brien. This is like a novella, and there's also 2 short stories as well within this book. I read all of them, so that's good. I think I gave this around a 3.5 stars. I put this on here because I loved The Inseparables by her. I didn't love it as much, obviously, but I did still think it had decent things to say. So yeah, it's another one read, and we're following the theme, because I did read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Finally, I read it this month. I have a whole rewatch review for it, which I can on my channel if you want. I only posted it a few, like a week or so ago. And yeah, I did enjoy this a lot. I gave this 4.5 stars. And yeah, it's definitely one I would like to come back to. I do also have the uncensored version, which I would like to read and sort of maybe compare and see what was changed and what was, you know, taken out of the like published work, from what Wilde initially wanted his book to be. But yeah, I would so recommend this book. I would definitely want to read more by Oscar Wilde. Then we have one that it's in limbo because at the time of film is the 28th of December. I am about over 80%, I think, maybe through. maybe about 80%, I'm not sure, of Neon Roses by Rachel Dawson. I'm on page 238. I'm reading this for my Read It On Haul challenge for December. This is my priority book at the moment, so I should definitely get it finished by the end of the year, so I am going to count it, although I haven't read it at the time of filming. But yeah, at the moment, absolutely loving this so much. This is, if it stays the way it is, it will be a 5-star, another 5-star of the year. So yeah, I am loving this so much. But wait till that video comes out at the beginning of January to see my full thoughts and stuff. And also it'll probably be part of my best books as well. So yeah, I am loving this so much here. Definitely give that a read. And actually we have another one that I've read. We'll have some more flops coming soon, but Elena Knows by Claudia Pineris is translated from Spanish by Francis Riddle. I did really enjoy this book as well. I think I gave this 4.5 stars. I read this quite early in the year, so I can't fully remember my thoughts, but yeah, this was definitely quite emotional, quite eye-opening. And yeah, one I would so recommend. I definitely want to read more by the author, and also some more Argentine literature. So yep, another one read. That's good. Now let's get to the next stack and see. I think might not be doing too bad, to be honest. The first book that I've on this stack is Love in the Big City by Sang-won Park. This is translated from Korean by Anton Her. Yeah, I did read this book and I did enjoy it quite a lot. I feel like in my wrap up from whatever month I read it in, I said the sort of the back is a little bit misleading of what the book is sort of more to do with, but on the whole is decent. I would recommend it. Definitely read the author again. And I did like the translation by Anton Her. I definitely want to read more Korean books as well. Yeah, I think for star rating I gave this around a 4.25, so yeah, definitely a hit for me. And then the next one, I read it. I mean, I could not have not read it. Come on, look at the size of it. It's Ocean Vuong's first poetry collection, Night Sky with Exit Wounds. I put this on here because I loved, adored, incredible book. On Earth Briefly Called, which I read in 2024. So I wanted to read his actual poetry. I didn't like this, to be honest. I think I gave it around a 2.5, 2.75, maybe a 3. Can't fully remember. But yeah, I just felt like it was a little bit hard to really understand what he's trying to say within the poems, which is a huge shame, to be honest, because of how much I loved his previous, well, his later novel. But yeah, this is one I'm going to keep. I think I'm going to come back to maybe in a few years when I've read a few more poetry and talk about what I can truly get more to grips with what you're trying to say. But yeah, at the moment I would say maybe as a recommendation, but personally no. Kind of makes sense. Then we have The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I did read this book finally, which is one I was so upset I didn't get to last year. And yeah, I did enjoy it a lot. I gave it 4.5 stars. Enjoy in a sense of what it is in the literary sort of heft, the right word, and sort of being her debut and just sort of what she tries to do with the book, but less so in terms of the themes, I guess. But yeah, I definitely want to read more by Toni Morrison. So recommend this book. Everyone should give it a read. And another one to add to my read stack. So at the moment it's looking quite good. At the moment. Then I feel like maybe I should mix it up a bit because I have another one I have read. A Single Man by Christopher Isherwood. I read this, I believe, in November, yeah, which was when I tried to actively read more of the books. And I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I didn't love it. I felt like maybe I sort of wanted a bit more of something else. The sort of like queer life of the main character and sort of his relationship and the partner's death. But to me it was more sort of, not more per se, but just it focused more on American life in the 60s, which I wasn't wholly enjoying or wanted from. But yeah, I would still recommend it. Definitely read it over again. And yeah, another one to add to the list. And then come to a huge hitter, one I'm so thankful I finally got to, because I've been meaning to read this woman for many years. I've loved her so much. I've watched so many things that she's like created, and sort of like her orally produced sort of speeches and readings and stuff. I've never actually read anything by her, and it is Maya Angelou's first autobiography series, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. 5 stars. 5 stars, no notes, incredible, amazing. I just absolutely love this. It was, well, I loved it in a sense of for what it was, less so some of the contents, but yeah, that billion% recommend. Give this a read. Incredible book, and I cannot wait to read more from her series of autobiographies. The next one is a no, I did not read it, which is kind of annoying because it is quite short. It is Concerning My Daughter by Kim Hae-jin, translated from Korean by Jamie Chang. Yeah, I did not read this book. I really badly wanted to. It's one that I said for last year when I picked it up. I was searching high and low to find like a used copy somewhere, and I finally did in a charity shop, because I would just like so badly wanted it, but then since it's been on my shelves, I have not picked it up. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. My brain just does this to me, and it just, I don't know why, but yeah, it's one I definitely want to try and get to next year. Would be great. And I'm annoyed, but it's on the no stack. Same with The Poppy War, the first book in the trilogy by R.F. Kuang. I did say that I was not going to buy or read Catabasis before reading the first book in this series. Yeah, I didn't stick to that because I did buy and read Catabasis. Finish it earlier this month. But yeah, I'm annoyed, but like it is big. It is massive, but it has been the one that's like been facing me the whole time, so I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's because it's big and intimidating, but I definitely do want to read this book and the whole trilogy because I do own them all, so I should get to them. Next, we have a book that I did read. I read this right at the start of the year, A Girl in Snow by Danica Kafka. I've got this, I've been to get it for ages, and I did find a copy because I loved Notes and Execution by her. I did still really enjoy this book. I think I gave it around a 4.25 stars, so yeah, one I would so recommend. But definitely if you haven't picked up Notes on Execution, do that because that book is incredible. But yeah, I did read this book and I'm happy I did. And yeah, definitely check out the author when she writes more things, which hopefully she does. Oh no, it's got like a little dog-eared page. That was not me. I mean, I don't think it was, because I don't dog ear, so no. Go flat. And then 2 books that sadly I did not get to read this year. Obviously, I mean, we do have like 3 days left, so I may end up picking another one. I think I have one in mind which I may try to get to because it's short, but we'll just see at the end of the year. I can just, you know, add it into these ones in my reading journal and stuff. But one I did not read is We Are Together Because by Kerry Andrew. Look at that cover, it's stunning, like it's so pretty. I put this on here because I really enjoyed her, well, their debut. Oh, I can't remember it now. And similarly is also with this one, Sally Rooney's Intermezzo. Cannot speak. Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I do know why I didn't read it. It's because it's big, it's a bit intimidating, but yeah, I'm annoyed with myself for not picking this up because she's one of my autobiography authors, so I should have read it, and I specifically got the signed like hardback edition when it first came out. I pre-ordered it to read straight away, but I didn't do so. But yeah, this one I feel like I just haven't really been in the right headspace to try and pick up like a big literary work, and I feel like maybe I put a little bit of pressure on it being incredible because of how like many other people that I sort of follow and like their taste have loved it. So yeah, but we shall try. Oh, this one is actually a little sneak peek because I've already done my 26 or 2026. I did say last year that I wasn't going to put any of the books on there, but I did just put this one on there because it's an iBook. I don't have many iBooks, so I'm related to the challenge for 26. But also it's one that I just haven't sort of made the time for last year, so hopefully I can do it next year. Yes, this is the only one that has been put on there, and it was one that was for the first time put on the 25 list. Why is my brain anyway? But yeah, I did not read that book. And then we have a stack of hardbacks, which are a bit annoying to pick up, but let's get them all out and go through the final stack of the books from this year's cohort. And the first one I'm very annoyed I didn't read, because I've had it for so long. This is one of like the first books I got when I started reading in 2022. I didn't read it this year, and it's been on each cohort of lists of X to read in 20X year. Shuggy Bane by Douglas Stewart. It's big, it is fat. So yeah, I'm annoyed. I am so annoyed I didn't pick this up, but I will eventually read it. I will. I mean, I know I need to, because so many people have loved it, and I definitely watch out the author and have his second book as well. And his new one that's coming out next year sounds really interesting. So yeah, but no for Shuggy Bean. Then another one of my only 2 5-stars of the year, and they're both from this list. Neon Roses may become the third one, and it is The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. I only read this in November. I was holding out. I was like, it's like this book may have to save my reading year and get me a 5-star, and it did. I absolutely love this book so much. I just love Matt Cain's books and his characters, and sort of like the community, and sort of his like sprinkling of humor with like the emotional stuff is just incredible, impeccable. My favorite author, and yeah, so recommend giving this book a reading, all of his books as well. Being happy with that, I am really annoyed. I'm so annoyed that Peter's picked this book up, because I've been meaning to. It's been on the last 2 cohorts, so why not? It's All the Young Men by Ruth Coker Burks and Kevin Carr O'Leary. I need to read this woman's story. I need to read it, and pronto. So yeah, I'm upset, but what can you do? I do want to prioritize it for next year. So yeah. And also one I have not read, Patsy by Nicole Dennis Ben. Yeah, I haven't put this up. It's a beautiful copy, like it's so pretty. It's a little bit chunky, but yeah, I haven't read this book. Still badly want to. Every time I look at it, it sort of reminds me of when I went to Bristol, and bought it then. So yeah, I need to read that. But then when I have read the final one, at certain points we touched by Lauren John Joseph. I mean, to read this for so long. I picked it up in 2022, I think. Yeah. And this one was so good. 4.75 stars, not the full 5. One I would undoubtedly recommend. It is a little bit chunky for like a literary book, and it is quite like brain heavy, and just like it's quite a lot, but definitely worth it. I did really enjoy this book. I had sort of a few things that sort of brought it down more than it not meeting the 5, because it did meet the 5, but then it just sort of a few things brought it down a little bit, but only by a tiny bit. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite of the year. And I definitely want to check out the author again. I think they have a new book coming out next year, which I may pick up, but we shall see. Then the final 2 are, I'll just give a little sneak peek. I did not read either of them, but this one, Passing by Nella Larson, I may try and get it done before the end of the year, which would be great. I don't know if it's possible, because I have a few other books still on the go, but I would love to read this book. And yeah, I did not read this year, obviously, so I just told you that. But yeah, and then also is Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I want to read this story so bad. I love the cover. I love it. So many people have loved this book. I didn't read it. It's just annoying. But yeah. Anyways, for what was read and what was unread, I have 13, well, 12 and a half, but I will finish Neon Roses. So I have 13 that I did read, and that means, one sec, and 12 I did not read. So I did over half. I did over half. 13 against 12. That is, I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy I did actually prioritize these books. And so many on there are ones that I did really enjoy. So yeah, I'm sad about these ones not making the cut. But I think the progression from 4 to 8 to 13 is definitely going in the right direction, and hopefully I can get at least 16 of the 2026 books for next year, and keep on moving up until finally we may read all of them. But yeah, I'm happy I went through this video, and the books and stuff, and definitely I want to try and prioritize some of these for next year still, because they're ones I'm anticipating. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and check out the 26 list if you haven't done already, and I shall see you soon. Have a nice morning, wherever you are in the world. Bye.